You ever notice how sometimes you walk into a room just being yourself, not even trying, and somebody sitting over there can't take their eyes off you? Now, let me tell you something. You might not even know it, but you done snatched somebody's heart without even asking for it. That's right. You didn't plan it. You didn't scheme it. You didn't put on no extra show. You just being you. And that's when it happens. See, stealing somebody's heart ain't always about roses, chocolates, or fancy dinners. No. Sometimes it's in the little things you don't even think about. That laugh that slips out when you're not trying to be cute. That kindness you show when nobody's watching. That way you walk in with confidence like the room. Already knew you were coming. Those are the sweet signs, the clues that you've captured somebody's heart without even putting in a bid. Let me break it down for you. There are 10 sweet signs, and if you catch even 3 of them happening around you, baby, you better believe you've got somebody hooked. First, if somebody remembers every little detail you ever said, even the ones you forgot you told, that's a heart stolen right there. You might have mentioned you like strawberry ice cream back in July, and now it's December, and they still showing up with that same flavor. That's not memory. That's love on layaway. Second, when you make them laugh without trying. Not when you're telling a joke, but when you're just talking, just being yourself, and suddenly they cracking up. Like you the best comedian in the world. That ain't laughter. That's their heart giving itself away. Third, when they always find a reason to be around you. Oh, they suddenly love the same coffee shop as you. They just happened to be in the same aisle at the grocery store. That ain't coincidence. That's a stolen heart drawing them closer. Fourth, when they brag about you to people who don't even know you. You out here minding your business, and their friends already know your favorite color, your favorite song, and what you said last Tuesday. That's love spreading faster than Wi-Fi. Fifth, when your silence feels just as comfortable as your conversation. That's when you know it's deeper than just attraction. When someone can sit next to you, no words, no pressure, and still feel at home, that's the sign you've got their heart safe and sound. Sixth, when they notice the smallest changes in you. New haircut, new perfume, even just a different tone in your voice. They caught it. Why? Because their heart is tuned into your frequency. Seventh, when they light up the second they see you. I don't care how tired they were, how bad their day was. When you walk in, suddenly they got energy. That glow, that's love they can't hide. Eighth, when they protect your feelings without you asking. They don't want you hurt, embarrassed, or left out. And without you even realizing it, they making sure you're safe. That's a heart already invested. Ninth, when they celebrate your wins like they their own. You got a promotion. They telling everybody like they got the job. You bought new shoes. They acting like you just won the lottery. That's what love does. It makes your joy their joy. And finally, the 10th sign, when they pray for you. And you don't even know it. When you've stolen someone's heart, it goes beyond what they can do for you in the moment. They carrying your name into their quiet time, lifting you up when you don't even realize it. That, my friends, is the sweetest sign of all. So let me tell you this. If you've stolen somebody's heart without even knowing it, don't take it lightly. Hearts are precious. Sometimes all it takes is your kindness, your smile, your authenticity to turn somebody's whole world around. And the beautiful part is, you didn't even know you were doing it. That's the magic. That's the sweetness. 10 signs. You don't have to try to be loved. Sometimes just being yourself is enough to make somebody's heart say, that's the one right there. When we talk about hearts being stolen in the little things, what we are really describing is the power of simplicity in human connection. It is easy to assume that love and attraction are built on grand gestures, expensive gifts, or carefully crafted efforts to impress. But the truth is much sweeter than that. Most of the time, people are captured by what seems small, ordinary, and unplanned. A laugh that slips out without warning, a smile that you did not even realize you had given, a small kindness extended when you were not thinking twice about it. These are the moments that steal hearts quietly and powerfully. The beauty lies in the fact that none of it is manufactured, and that authenticity is often what people are truly drawn to. Think about it. You could buy flowers, write poems, or spend hours trying to come up with the right words. But sometimes, what stays with someone is how you said good morning with sincerity, or how you made space for them in a crowded room. It is the little details, the unspoken gestures, and the natural expressions that matter more than big shows. When a person laughs at your unpolished jokes, they are not applauding a performance. They are responding to the core of who you are. That is where the heart gets involved. They are not loving what you tried to create. They are loving what is simply there. This is powerful because it reminds us that authenticity is magnetic. When you are just being yourself, no mask, no pretense, you give others the chance to see the real you. And when that realness resonates, it is unforgettable. You might not think twice about the way you tilt your head when you listen, or the way your voice softens when you talk about something meaningful. But those very things can lodge themselves deep in someone else's memory. What you consider ordinary could be extraordinary to someone who sees you with a different pair of eyes. That's how hearts get stolen. Quietly, naturally, and without your knowledge. Another part of this truth is that people are often moved more by consistency than by extravagance. A one-time gift is nice, but kindness that shows up day after day without thought is what carves a space in someone's heart. When you hold the door, share your food, or just listen without rushing, you may not even realize how deeply it affects someone. Those small things communicate respect, care, and attention, and those qualities speak louder than any rehearsed words could. It's not about how much effort you put into impressing someone. It's about the effort you don't even know you're making, because it's simply who you are. There is also a sweetness in the way the little things reveal intention. When you laugh freely, you're not trying to charm anyone, but that unguarded sound can melt walls. When you smile at a stranger or show kindness without thinking about who's watching, it shows that love isn't just something you perform. It's something that flows naturally from you. That's when hearts are stolen the deepest. It feels real, it feels safe, and it feels unforced. People are drawn to that kind of presence because it doesn't demand, it doesn't beg for attention. It simply shines without trying. The most remarkable thing about all of this is that you often won't even know you've stolen someone's heart. That's the beauty of it. You weren't working for it. So it surprises you as much as it surprises them. Someone might remember the way you once listened to their worries without interrupting. And to you, it was just a moment. But to them, it became a turning point. Someone else might hold on to the memory of your laughter on a difficult day, and you never realized you gave them the comfort they needed. You don't have to aim for perfection. You don't have to be anyone else. Just being your imperfect, genuine self is enough to leave marks on hearts. So when we say that hearts are stolen in the little things, it is not just a romantic idea. It is a reminder that the qualities we undervalue in ourselves are often the very things others find priceless. Your everyday gestures, your simple acts of kindness, your authentic presence, all of these can be the quiet thief of a heart you never meant to steal. And maybe that is what makes it so sweet, that love and affection don't require you to try harder. They just require you to be. Unconscious connection shows through actions, and it is one of the clearest signs that someone's heart is already leaning toward you. What makes it so meaningful is that it is not forced. They are not doing things because they are told to. They are not memorizing details because they made a checklist. And they are not celebrating your success because they want recognition. Instead, their heart is quietly guiding their behavior in ways they may not even fully understand themselves. When someone truly values you, their actions will speak louder than any words they could say. And that's when you begin to notice that something deeper is at work. One of the strongest examples of this is how they remember the details of your life. You might think a passing comment about your favorite snack, the book you're reading, or even a story from your childhood doesn't matter much, but to them, it sticks. They recall it weeks, months, or even years later. This is because when the heart is invested, it naturally pays attention. You don't have to repeat yourself or remind them of what's important to you. They've already taken note. That simple act of remembering is not just about memory, it's about care. They want to carry pieces of you with them, so they do it without trying. Another way unconscious connection shows is in how they notice changes in you. You may think no one spotted that new shirt, that fresh haircut, or the fact that your mood has shifted slightly, but someone whose heart is drawn to you will see it right away. They notice because their attention is focused on you in a way that others overlook. They are tuned to your frequency. If you're quieter than usual, they sense it. If you're glowing with happiness, they feel it too. This kind of awareness isn't taught or rehearsed. It is simply a reflection of how deeply they've let you into their mind and heart. The unconscious connection also shows when they celebrate your victories as if they were their own. To the outside world, it might look like they're overreacting, but in truth, they are genuinely thrilled for you. If you land a job, they talk about it with pride. If you accomplish a personal goal, they cheer as though they had a stake in it. That's love speaking without words. Their joy is tied to your joy, and when you rise, they feel like they rise too. That is not the behavior of someone who is casually interested. That is the behavior of someone whose heart has already been stolen. There's also something to be said about how they show up for you in small ways without you having to ask. They may not make a big announcement or try to put themselves in the spotlight, but you notice them doing things that ease your load or make your day better. Maybe they check in just to see how you are doing, or they quietly stand by your side when you're uncomfortable, or they step in to defend you when you're not there. These are unconscious acts of devotion. They're not waiting for applause or recognition. Their heart simply moves them to act in ways that protect, uplift, and honor you. Even in the way they talk about you to others, the unconscious connection shines through. They bring up your name, your achievements, or little things you've said, even in conversations where you wouldn't expect it. People who haven't met you yet might know a surprising amount about you because this person can't help but share. It isn't intentional bragging. It's simply that you've become a central part of their thoughts, and they can't contain it. That's how powerful the pull of the heart can be. What makes all of this so profound is that none of these actions are part of a strategy. They don't sit down and think, I'm going to remember every detail, notice every change, and celebrate every success. No, it flows naturally because their heart has already chosen. They might not even realize how obvious it is to others, but the signs are clear. Love leaks through actions that can't be faked. Words can be rehearsed, but unconscious actions tell the truth every time. So when you see someone remembering the small things, noticing what others miss, cheering your every win, quietly protecting you in moments you didn't even know you needed it, understand this. Something deeper is happening. Their heart is not just near you, it's with you. And whether or not you realize it, you've stolen it, not through effort or performance, but simply through the way you've impacted them. The unconscious actions they take are like a mirror, reflecting the depth of feeling they might even be able to put into words. And that is what makes it so powerful, because actions never lie. Presence matters more than words. And when it comes to recognizing whether you've stolen someone's heart without even realizing it, this truth shines the brightest. Words can be polished, rehearsed, and even faked. But presence is something you cannot disguise. It is either there or it is not. When someone truly cares, their presence speaks volumes in ways that no long conversation ever could. The magic is in those silent moments. The way their eyes light up when you appear, the way they linger near you without needing a reason, and the comfort that settles in when you are together, even without saying a word. That is when you begin to understand how deeply the heart can communicate without ever opening its mouth. Think about the quiet moments you share with people. You may be sitting in the same room, not talking, not even doing anything particularly exciting, and yet it feels right. There is no tension, no awkwardness, no need to fill the silence with chatter. That comfort is a powerful indicator that something more is at play. Silence can often be heavier than words, but when the heart is involved, silence becomes light. It becomes a safe space where presence alone is enough. You might not recognize it, but that kind of ease is not common. It is a sign of affection that runs deeper than appearances. Then there is the way people find reasons to be near you. They may not say it out loud, but their actions keep putting them in your path. Suddenly, they love going to the same places you go. They just happen to sit next to you when there are plenty of other seats available. They show up at the right time, in the right place, again and again. And while it may look like coincidence, it rarely is. The heart pulls people closer to the ones they care about. And when someone's presence seems to orbit around you without explanation, you can be sure something within them is quietly hooked. And you cannot miss the glow that comes over a person when they see someone they care about. You could be walking into a room tired, worn down, not feeling your best. But the second their eyes land on you, something changes. Their face softens, their energy lifts, and suddenly there's light where there wasn't before. It is not a smile they force. It is one that breaks out naturally, without them even realizing it. That glow is one of the purest signs of a heart that has already been stolen. Because no matter how bad their day has been, your presence has the power to shift it. That is no small thing. Presence also matters in the little ways they give you attention. While others might be distracted by their phones, the television, or the noise of the room, this person tunes into you. Their body language leans closer, their eyes follow you, and their focus sharpens. It's not a conscious effort, it's instinctive. When people truly care, they don't have to be told to pay attention. They just do. That kind of attention makes you feel seen in ways you didn't even know you needed. But what truly sets presence apart from words is that it carries a weight of sincerity. Words can be manipulated, presence cannot. If someone is by your side in moments when there is nothing to gain, when you are not at your strongest, when you have nothing impressive to offer, that is presence revealing its depth. They are not there because it looks good or because they feel obligated. They are there because their heart won't let them be anywhere else. The reason presence matters more than words is because it is harder to fake. Anyone can say, I care about you, or you matter to me, but not everyone shows up when it counts. Not everyone chooses to sit with you in silence, to stand by you in discomfort, or to light up simply because you exist in their world. That is the quiet language of the heart, and it speaks louder than anything that could ever be said aloud. So when you notice that someone's presence lingers, when silence with them feels like home, when their face brightens, just because you walked in, and when they always seem to find their way close to you, understand this. You've touched something deep within them. You may not have meant to, you may not even know you're doing it, but your presence has become their comfort, their safe place, their joy. And that is how hearts are stolen, not through speeches, not through fancy words, but through the undeniable truth that being near you feels like enough. Love goes beyond the visible. And one of the most powerful ways you can recognize that you have stolen someone's heart without even realizing it is through the actions they take that you may never see. The visible signs of affection, smiles, laughter, attention are sweet, but the hidden expressions of care tell a much deeper story. When someone protects your feelings before you even ask, when they guard your reputation behind your back, or when they carry your name into their private prayers, that is a level of devotion that words cannot capture. These unseen gestures reveal that love is not only about what is displayed in front of you, but also about what happens when you are not around to witness it. Protecting your feelings is one of the clearest examples of this invisible love. It might show up in small moments when they step in to make sure you are not left out of a conversation, or when they carefully choose their words so as not to wound you. They may shield you from negativity or quietly remove obstacles so that your path is easier. You might not even notice all of it because they don't announce it or brag about it. But those small acts of protection come from a heart that has already given itself to you. This kind of love is less about what looks good and more about what keeps you safe, even when you don't realize you needed protecting. Then, there are the ways they defend you when you are not present. If someone criticizes you unfairly, they are quick to speak up. If others doubt your abilities, they stand firm in their belief in you. You will probably never know how many times your name has come up in conversations where someone chose to guard it rather than let it be tarnished. That invisible defense is the mark of a heart deeply invested. Because people don't fight for what doesn't matter to them. To care about your reputation, your dignity, and your honor, even when you're not there to notice. That's love operating quietly, but powerfully. Perhaps the most profound expression of love that goes beyond the visible is when someone prays for you in secret. You may never hear the words. You may never know the moments. They lifted your name up in their quiet time, but those prayers are among the strongest signs that you have stolen their heart. When someone carries your well, being into their spiritual space, it means they want good for you beyond what they can personally provide. They are asking for blessings, for protection, for strength on your behalf, even though you may never find out. That kind of love doesn't seek recognition because it is not about being seen. It is about truly caring for your soul and your future. These unseen acts matter because they are pure. Visible actions can sometimes be influenced by wanting approval or acknowledgement, but invisible actions are motivated by sincerity. When a person protects you quietly, defends you when you're not watching, or prays for you without telling you, it shows that their love is not tied to your response. They are not doing it for thanks or praise. They are doing it because their heart is compelled to. And that is when you know it's real. Love that goes beyond the visible also reminds us of how powerful genuine affection is. It shows up when they sacrifice in ways you may never discover, when they choose your happiness, even if it costs them something, or when they carry your burden silently without ever needing to broadcast it. This type of love is steady, strong, and often unnoticed, but it is also the kind that lasts because it is not based on appearance or performance. It is rooted in truth. What makes this so sweet is that you may never fully realize the extent to which you've impacted someone's life. You might not see the prayers whispered for you late at night or know about the times they stood up for you in your absence, or recognize how carefully they handled your emotions when they could have easily ignored them. But just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. In fact, it's often in the unseen where love reveals its truest strength. So when we talk about love going beyond the visible, we are really saying that hearts are stolen in ways that cannot always be measured by what you can point to. You may think your impact is small, but in reality, you may have someone protecting you silently, defending you faithfully, and praying for you consistently. That is not casual affection. That is a heart that has given itself away without needing acknowledgement. And when someone loves you in ways you cannot see, that is when you truly understand that love is more than what meets the eye. It is deeper, quieter, and far more powerful than anything words or actions on display could ever capture.